It was going on YouTube channel. Stars down there again. Go hard, go home. Today I'm going to be watching some Better Bachelor, the Joker. Y'all might know who that is. This guy be pretty informed about a lot of stuff, so I'm interested to see what he's got to say about that. He's saying the media is using Tate, Andrew Tate, as the poster boy for all red pill content. Now y'all know I'm too hardcore deal with none of the red pill content. I tell people to stay away from it. I think it's a bad thing for you, but I might change my mind some what the Better Bachelor got to say there, what the Joker got to say. So y'all hit the subscribe button for me. I don't do the cash apps, none of that Patreon. Send me your money, none of that junk. I just want subscribers, and we go ahead with experiments, see what we're going to get from the rest of these years. So, with that being said, and that being done, thank y'all for hitting the subscribe button for me. I'm going to go ahead and start this Better Bachelor, and we're going to see what the Joker has got to say. I respect this guy, so he's real good with his junk, so we're going to see what he got to say.
Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. Today's story, or one of the two I'm going to be putting up, media using Andrew Tate to attack men's content. You may say to yourself, dude, I do not care about Andrew Tate. And my response is, dude, I get it. I didn't even know who he was till 2 months ago. But he's popular. He's got millions of fans and people that follow his content. And he is very much a kind of truth speaker when it comes to a lot of men's issues. The difference is he says it from, I think, maybe anger, or maybe anger's not right. He says it from a very strong personality.
Okay, well, Joker's right. Joker was right when he said anger. That's why it's being portrayed. So it's anger coming from within. It's a very strong personality. Like I say, hey, look, the Andrew Tate guy, I've done some videos about him. I think he's saying the right thing. But I know how the rest of society sees it, and they view that as anger. You know what I'm saying? The frustration and such. So, I mean, it may not be, though. It might just be he went through it. Like what he said himself, he went through a lot. So, people see that as anger and frustration, but that's one of the problems with the red pill. They don't understand it, how the rest of the world sees them.
Put it that way. Maybe there's some frustration. Maybe there's some other angst in there. I don't know. But the point is, a lot of young guys resonate with him.
I want to point out real quick, even the Bachelor sees that. He's a men's content guy, but even he is seeing anger and frustration. He didn't really touch on it hard, but like I said, I don't get paid to do this. So I say what I'm going to say. But I'm pointing it out that he said that. Dude said that. He definitely said that.
And Jordan Peterson and other channels like mine or others like it. And all of a sudden, they're going to use Andrew Tate now to come after men's channels. I'll jump right into the story here. Here's the thing, though, guys. This is who they're listening to for experts right now, is this gal right here and this gal right here. 23 years old, young, barely out of school, and that's who they're going to listen to when they come out, because this article is starting to get shared around now, and they say man down, manosphere to go. In other words, one man down, the entire manosphere to go.
And see, I don't know if y'all noticed in some of my other videos, I did one about 3 problems of the manosphere, because I'm telling y'all, the manosphere, all this red pill stuff, they call it men's content, but the government's going to come after that, y'all. I can see too much extremism. I worked in the government for like 15 years, man. The ideals are all the same across, no matter what you're doing. If you was in the military, if you worked in civilian government, it doesn't matter. Their principles and their ideas are all the same, and they're not going to align with this kind of stuff these guys talk about. It's not going to. Let me see if I can get me a little better light there. Here we go.
And here's the problem with this stuff. Why don't they, there's plenty of women that are spouting just the same things on the side of feminism, except they use the word equality when they want superiority. And when Andrew Tate comes out, or others come out and say, hey, guys need to kind of run the world, and we put out our reasons why, and we can say why men need to be strong and charismatic and need to handle their business. Well, now we're poisonous. So I'm not going to take forever to read through this, but I want you to...
Well, see, I want to kind of do that point right there, okay? Now, he said they're saying the same thing on the feminist side. And I've said several times, I'm going to keep saying, red pill and men's content is just men's feminism. You want the same thing that they want, which is superiority. And it's oozing out of this shit, even though they try to downplay it and talking in different ways about it, but it's oozing out of it. The same way that feminism oozes superiority. That they don't understand this, and they do it like what the Joker's doing here, and they touch around it. I respect the guy, but they touch around this thing too much. You need to admit that red pill oozes doggone superiority instead of doggone equalness. Just like feminism does.
You to see how they kind of lump all men into one big picture, and now apparently if you do men's content, you're just like Andrew Tate. And this is what they do. This is what they do. They say Andrew Tate was detained, but the manosphere persists. Yes, and here's the thing. It will always persist. It will always be here. Now, yeah, we're allowed to speak online right now, but if you take us off YouTube, we'll be on Rumble. If you take us off Rumble, we'll be on Odyssey. If we'll take us off Odyssey.
And that's what's about to start happening. I'm going to be doing a video here, probably not today. I'll probably do it tomorrow. This is my last one for today. I'll probably do it tomorrow because I'm going to pull that report. And I'm going to show like they're doing further report because they got these doggone people that did these shootings and stuff. That Walmart shooter was one of the last ones. I did a video on it. Walmart, Red Pill Rage and murders Walmart co-workers. And yeah, they'll start looking to that thing as it could potentially become a problem. Everybody's not going to be a problem in the beginning, but it could potentially be one. Let's roll on with this guy and see what he's got to say. And I'm going to do some commenting later on. I'm going to give him about 4 minutes.
See, we'll be on locals. You're not gonna be able to stop guys talking about this stuff. If you stop all that, we'll be talking about it down at the workshop today. You can't stop the idea, but what they try to do is silence people, cut a man's tongue out to stop him from talking. Doesn't prove him a liar. It just stops him from talking. You guys get the quote. You know what I'm talking about. Now I don't know what the quote is. They say last week saw a sliver of redemption for feminists who were concerned about the rise of men like Andrew Tate. After a bizarre provocation against climate activist Greta Thunberg, manosphere influencer Andrew Tate responded to her with a video that led to his detention by Romanian authorities. He's being held under charges of human trafficking now, and while his capture is welcome, it still leaves the problem of the manosphere unaddressed. Let me pause right here. Number one, they say his capture is welcome, but they haven't proved him to have done anything wrong. We don't even know what's going on with that. But it's welcome because now he can't talk. Now he can't be on social media. He's in the authorities. So let's hope something can happen even before he's proven guilty. Just understand the again, read it all in the words, the mind.
Okay, I said I was going to give him about 4 minutes, but here's the deal. That's not why. That's not why. The reason why is because now they can start creating a paper trail of this type of stuff. They're already pinning stuff on this guy. I don't know if he did it or not. Okay, it's like Joker saying, we don't know what he did, so we gotta wait and see what's gonna happen. But they're welcoming this because it's like, okay, you can put this guy here and it's related to something like human trafficking of women, and they're already calling you a misogynist. This is what's called the assassination of somebody's character. That's what's going on. That's how the government works. They assassinate your character first. Just so y'all know.
To think they have. Also, it's been disproven that that the pizza boxes had anything to do with it. I mean, you have, number one, you have a cell phone. They can track your cell phone. Number two, he's been posting from there and even said he was there for a week. Number three, there's airplane and flight logs that you can get very easily when a plane comes in. It's just stupid to think somehow he was captured by a pizza box. It's been disproven anyway. Anyway, they say many young men radicalized by Tate's misogynistic ideology have expressed solidarity with Tate, seeming more entrenched in their conversations that men are under attack. Okay, I've got 1,000 videos here of various ways that men and stoicism and being strong and being independent and how we're losing in divorce and statistics and we're behind in college and the job postings that aren't even hiring white guys anymore. I've got proof. Do you? What's that you say? What's that you say? No. That's what I thought. Tate's arrest, while a relief, prompts closer attention to the subculture that built him up. The manosphere isn't just a digital ether, it's a set of tangible ideas that exist in the form of fitness, wellness, lifestyle content that smuggle anti-feminism and men's rights ideas into the process. So, and what are those ideas? Being a strong, capable man, being independent, being well thought out, not needing to rely on people or the government.
No, see, that's the problem. They're not talking about those ideas. Everybody knows that those ideas fit into the red pill. Everybody knows that. And nobody's complaining about that. The problem is the superiority shit that flows up under it. The same way she's saying it's a new form of male supremacy. I'm reading it right there off that page. It's a new form of male supremacy. That's how they're saying it. The same way we see feminism as females want supremacy. And they got some of the same principles. The reason why feminism coming off the red pill so much is because it takes one to know one. I'm going to go ahead and go after I said that. That's enough. Enough said. It takes one to know one.
Government or society or women to do your own thing. This is bad, apparently. She says there's a few reoccurring. Well, let me pause before. Why would it be snuck into? Why would it be snuck into? Fitness, wellness, lifestyle content. Why would it be in those things? Because it's men wanting to better themselves. How do they better themselves?
First off, he stopped reading the doggone rest. Now, I respect the man, but here's the deal. Let's tell the story the way that it is. You finish reading that, okay? It's lifestyle content. It says it's a set of tangible ideas that exist in the form of fitness, wellness, lifestyle content, which is okay. But these things smuggle anti-feminism and men's rights and ideas in the process, okay? They didn't tell you it's the other content. They said up under that is this, and that's the same thing I keep saying. I see the good jump. Up under there, this shit riding up on it, that's going to cause problems.
As Andrew Tate says, get out of the matrix. What we say, walking off the plantation. Understand what society is right now and how it manipulates you and start finding a better way for yourself. But they don't want that, you see. Again, they want to lump everybody into one ideology like feminism is. There are.
But it is that. That's the problem. See, you got feminists that don't think a certain way. If I start seeing any feminist principles in a woman, I ain't dealing with you. Any type of feminist principles, that's got to go, because it's got the other junk riding on the bottom of it. And if I let you do this little bit right here, then the rest of it will come with it. See,
there are a few reoccurring subgroups: incels, men going their own way, pickup artists, and men's rights activists. Mm-hmm. Again,
now see, they putting all those into the same group I do, and I'm gonna be keeping abreast of that, because, like I said, I'm gonna have that federal report, and I'm gonna do the report on that, and I'm expecting for more reports to come out like that, and I'm gonna be trying to find them as they do. It's gonna be part of the thing that's going over the years, but all that junk fits in the incel to me, because these people have some type of social issue, even the pickup artists. And then they got men's rights activists. That's the only one that should nobody be worried about. Because if you're a men's rights activist, that's okay. But the rest of that other junk, they got problems.
Again, can you imagine being a men's rights activist and saying, look, this law comes out and it targets men unfairly. It needs to be equal for both men and women. They're like,
I got you, but look, see, you get to reading here, and I looked at what the research is saying too, and this is absolutely right. Researchers have flagged that incels and men's rights activists perpetuate an ideology that's actively dangerous to society. They're starting to study incel violence as a form of extremism. See, I'm going to see if he reads that part. Yes, that is happening. That is actively happening. That's the doggone report I'm going to be doing.
how dare you? Wait, where's my Greta? Oh, I don't have my speakers through. Oh, I don't have my headset through my Rodecaster. Let's try this again.
How dare you?
But researchers have flagged that incels and men's right activists perpetuate an ideology that's actively dangerous to society. A recent analysis suggested, moreover, that the studies have a fundamental gap in not sufficiently studying incel violence as a form of extremism.
Yep.
Another report found that young boys have begun spouting manosphere talking points and harassing their teachers who are women. I got news for you, champ. Students are harassing teachers that are men, that are of any skin color. Like, kids are growing up with no self-restraint, no control, problematic. Why? No men in the households. Why? Because women get married, get the resources, dump them on their heads, and then raise them as single kids. But again, we never talk about all the issues that lead up to men saying, I need somebody like an Andrew Tate. I need somebody like a better Bachelor. I need somebody.
Well, the thing is that, here's the deal, okay? Most men don't need this. Most men that are in a balanced state don't need those things. These are people that are thrown off. And that's why the government started looking at it. That old thing about extremism and all that stuff, yep. And they're actually looking into that. And when they see stuff like this Andrew Tate stuff, now to me, this is a piece of that. Not just the Romanians, probably the Americans out this guy, because they're gonna start coming after this stuff. I keep saying it, and watch.
That resonates with me. Why? Why do those men need that? Because the fathers aren't in the home. Because there's no teachers to talk to. There's no guidance counselors that support men anymore. They can't go to college. They're going to college at lower rates with less male teachers. Overwhelmingly, something like 97% of all teachers are left-leaning. So if they are a conservative or came from a conservative household, and they want to feel included, and that's why, like, if you go to many of the youth in cities that end up joining gangs, when you talk to them, they didn't have a role model, they didn't have a family, they didn't have father, they just want a sense to belong. Well, these guys are looking for places to belong. Because we're being...
That ain't got nothing to do with going to college with a whole bunch of women teachers. I had more women teachers than I had male ones growing up. I can remember that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Come on, let's go, Bachelor.
Being shunned out of society. I'm not going to read the rest of this crap because it's drivel. Obviously, you can tell. Mm-hmm. But this is who did the study that they referenced. As a 23-year-old living in Britain today, I recognize and identify with the analysis with this important report from Hope, Not Hate Charitable Trust. Well, if you're a charity asking for money, you couldn't say there isn't a problem, now is there? I bet you have to make sure that there's a problem. And they're taking their reasoning for everything of why men are doing what they're doing, and they're talking and following and listening to people like Andrew Tate or others men's channels. They're taking this advice from a 23-year-old woman.
Actually, no. They're not taking that advice from a 23-year-old woman. Okay? They're not. She's made an article about it, but the damn government's been on this shit like way before her. That's why she mentioned it when she was talking about another thing. Back in the other part of the video, when she was talking about they've done this research and all the other good stuff, they talked about it before her. They're not taking that advice from her. Nobody listens to a 23-year-old. I'm not listening to this kid. I know what's going on already because I'm paying attention to everything else. But let's go ahead and go. Okay, Bachelor, you lose.
Do you think that's going to sit? How about you talk to people like Jordan Peterson? Why is it Jordan Peterson is so under attack? He is literally the exact opposite of Andrew Tate. He speaks eloquently. He's well educated. He's a psychologist. He knows the social sciences very well. But when he says the same thing, albeit in much more generalized, non-attacking ways towards women or whoever else, they're going after him just as strong. So it's not who's saying the message they have a problem with. It's the fact that the message is getting out at all.
Exactly. The things that are coming out of these people's mouths are not accepted in the general of society. That's why most of these people don't get what they want, because they can't fit into the regular part of society. That's why I be telling guys spit out the red pill. You want to get to a certain level of society, but you can't because you on this junk and they don't get down with that. I'm gonna let it go.
That's the problem society has. They want men weak. They want them docile. They want them obedient. They want them providing taxes. They want them asking no questions. Just shut up and do as you're told. And what men are deciding today is, you know what? That doesn't do me any good. That does nothing for me. I'm out. I'm going to do what's best for me and me alone. That doesn't have to include a family. That doesn't have to include kids or a wife or someone else that the state has determined will have all the advantage.
Well, see, okay, well, let me tell you something about this right here. Once you do that, you're opting out of society. See, society is about building a group of people and families and things like that to keep the human race going. That's what society is about. They're not opting out of relationships. They're opting out of society. Because there's a group of men in there, like me, who are like, well, fine. Shit, y'all want to go over there by yourself, go ahead and go. We'll just keep the girls over here with us. Uh-oh. Did I say that? We'll just keep the girls over here with us. Y'all go ahead and go by yourself. And the women ain't going to pay attention to that. That's why they keep having this whole thing, like I did that video, the hierarchy of dating, where they talking about all the women taking the top 10%. Yeah, because the other 90% is constantly walking off too. So, hey, look. Let's finish the other two minutes.
Advantages. And the next story I'm going to be doing today, and if you're on Locals, I'm going to just do this as one video, bleed it all right in together. The other video I'm doing today is father identifies as a mother to win child custody. That's where we are. These are the games you decided to put into society. So men, like I said before, men are smart. Men will figure it out. Men will find a way to win and will use your own stupid rules against you, because that's what we do. Men have been problem solvers since we probably stopped walking on all fours, okay? We're going to find a way to win this. And so for you guys out there, I know you may not care about Andrew Tate and all that stuff, but here's the thing. You're not alone. They want you to feel alone. They want you to feel down. They want you to just shut up and listen. Do as the government says. Do as people say. Do as you're commanded to. Mm-hmm. And our message in the men's groups and the men's is we're going to make fun of the nonsense. We're going to call it out. We're going to give you some tips and some hints maybe to go your direction and do your what's right for you, because what's right for you isn't what's right for me. What's right for Andrew Tate, chasing after tail and Bugattis and millions of dollars and selling your ideas on a website for $50 a month, that's his way. Other ways are going to be like mine, trying to get off the grid and get the hell out of it. And, you know, if I have two sticks to rub together to create a fire and I got a roof over my head, as society comes down, I feel like I'm in a pretty good place. I wouldn't want a Bugatti or money or women chasing after me. That's not where I am in life. The whole point is, though, that every man has a different destiny. And it's up to you to figure out what that is, not up to these crazies that want to shut you up.
Okay, so look. Good video about a Joker. Y'all check him out and see some of the stuff that he's saying. But I like the guy. I like how he's well informed about a lot of the stuff that he talks about. But here's the truth of that. I like how in the end he was talking about, you got these red pill guys and they think that society's going to crumble without them, but it's not, because it's people like me building society still. You still got guys, and it's like the rest of the other guys, that 10% that the women's like looking at, we're like, yeah, you can go ahead and go off in the corner if you want to, homie. That's fine. Just more for me. So if you're the kind of guy that wants to get attitude or has the attitude that these guys can just go ahead and go off in the corner and it's just more for me, hit subscribe. Because we're going to be talking way more about a lot of that. But this has been Taurus Down, and y'all go hard to go home. This was a good video from the Joker. And y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. But as far as me, yeah, I'm gonna be doing that other video. I'm gonna start working on it tonight and get that out, because they are going after that kind of junk. Not for the reason that he's saying. It's because that what these guys have going on, it don't fit in with the rest of society. It's why the guys have a problem with getting women. Because the women that want to fit in with the rest of society, they ain't going with that junk because it doesn't fit in with it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Hit that subscribe button for me. Subscribe button for me. Been Taurus Down, and y'all go hard or go home.